I am the Invertabarian, and thank you ever so much, Amy of Pet Rock and Roll, for asking me to be part of the Petrock Ask series. Much appreciated, and looking forward to this.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy, and this is the 11th episode of Petrock Asks, and today I'm going to be joined by Mr. Funny Man himself, the Invertabarian. So, Adam, my first question to you is, what was the first invert you brought?
My first ever invert was a tarantula. It was a Chilean rose, or Grammostola rosea tarantula, in this tub here. Now, I was planning on doing a video on her because she has been displaying signs of DKS, which is dyskinetic syndrome. For anybody that doesn't know, it's whereby the tarantula's body doesn't seem to have any control over its movements. It's very jerky. It seems to lose control of the legs. It's not a great outcome for these animals. Now, I'm doing my best to keep her going and get her through a mole, and hope to dear Lordy we can keep her going. I've had her for probably close to 8 years now, I think. Over 7, somewhere between 7 and 8 years. I first got that tarantula about, you know, like that size, teeny tiny, and yeah, it's a really worrying situation right now, and I was planning on doing a video on that depending on the outcome of how this all goes. I've been slowly filming and trying to show how I'm trying to help her and keep her going, and yeah, there may or may not be a video on that, but between 7 to 8 years, Chilean rose tarantula, and yeah, I'm really hoping she can pull through this.
Oh, Adam, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. DKS is awful. Touch wood, there's wood there. I've not experienced it myself, so I don't really know what to say to you, other than I know it would be hard, but if you could do a video on it, that would be great, I suppose. Just kind of spreading the word about it and letting other keepers know what to look out for, signs and symptoms. But hopefully, and it's not unheard of, tarantulas that suffer from it, they do molt out and it disappears. It's, yeah, really odd, but it's getting them to that molt. Obviously, I know feeding is really difficult with a tarantula that's got DKS. Anyway, let's go on to the second question. Right, so normally, as you know, this question is, show me a tarantula and tell me all about it. Well, Adam has some inverts that I absolutely adore, so I'm not going to ask him to show me a tarantula. I want him to show me his hermit crabs.
Okay, so the hermit crabs, I'll swivel camera round if we can. So this over here is my hermit crab enclosure. Maybe even bring the camera down a bit. There's a bit of reflection off the glass. I can only apologise. So this here is my hermit crab enclosure. This is a 3-foot glass tank. I think it's about 3 foot. There is a full-length heat mat runs along the back of this tank. The substrate is a mix of coir and sand. The sand was collected from a local beach, which is obviously safe from pollutants and such like. It's well away from any traffic area. It's kind of private beach. So that's mixed together, and it gets deeper the further back into the tank you go. So this is actually the shallowest part of the tank across the front here. This one currently houses about 7 very small young hermit crabs. In this we have 2 old jars. These were storage jars that you keep cookies or coffee or sugar or biscuits or whatever. Tilted on our side, one is a salt water pool and the other is a fresh water pool. Both are dechlorinated, so I use a dechlorinator to remove chlorine from the water on both of them, and then a salt crystal is added to the salt pool to saltify it. Temperatures around 80 to 85, humidity around the 80 degree, the 80 damp humidity bit. So in order to maintain that, we have a temperature gauge up the back and a hydrogen meter sitting there. Now at the moment, I think most of them are buried down. The other thing you will need for your crabs is they are very inquisitive, so they like to, there's a bit of reflection on the glass just now, but there are lots of climbing frames that have tunnels going down, sort of bridges, and a lot of spare shells. You need to be able to ensure that there are shells, because as they molt they will move out of the smaller shells and gradually increase in size through the shells. They may just quite happily swap the shells. That I think just about every crab in this tank has a new shell compared to when I first got it. How did I end up with them? Well, I won a competition on Lee's Creature Features. He sent me a mystery box, and in that was one hermit crab. Now, hermit crabs do not do well alone. They are sociable animals. They can cannibalise with a lack of food, but otherwise they are absolutely fantastic to keep together. They will gather, they will feed, they are absolutely awesome, bumbling little crazy little things. Fortunately, as I say, most of them are hidden just now. Dietary wise, their diet is insanely huge. They can eat a vast amount of food, so I can't really go into that in any great depth, but they, I mean, I've got a bit of beardy skin in there just now, for example, snakes, sheds. The list is, it's phenomenal of the amount of things these guys can eat. So yeah, absolutely love my hermit crabs. Been keeping now for about 3-4 months, I think they're about, and still constantly learning, constantly trying to adapt, constantly trying to be the best keeper I can, and yeah, they're awesome, absolutely awesome. Peekaboo! Don't pinch me.
Oh, I love them. They are just so cute. They really are. They blow my mind when they go into the shell, and it's not even their shell. That's what fascinates me the most. They can pick and choose which home they want to live in. And that little one with its peekaboo. It's so cool. I really love as well your setup for it. I watched your video on that when you got them, the enclosure. I'll pop a link to it in the description because that's a really cool video. That setup is amazing. I really loved it, and that was when I saw that and thought, yeah, I really like hermit crabs. They're so cool. So yeah, thank you so much for showing them to me. And also for you guys watching, Adam did ask me to just briefly mention that UV is also very important for hermit crabs if you ever get one. And you should get them. Oh, I might get them. So my third and final question for you, Adam, is there an invert that you haven't got that you would really love to have?
Inverts I don't have but would like to have. Latrodectus, the black widow spider. I would absolutely love to keep Latrodectus spiders. I find the abdominal markings of these to be among some of the most beautiful markings of the spider / arachnid world. The reason I don't is because I would need a DWA, despite the fact that they're not actually as deadly as some of the animals we can keep, but that gets us into a whole DWA license debate and what's on and what's not on and blah 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 blah. But anyway, to answer the question, the Latrodectus species I find absolutely fascinating. The webbing, it looks like it's very similar to the false widow. The webbing looks like a chaotic mess, but is actually a very well structured, organised chaos, I think is the best way to describe it. So I do keep some of the false widow species. I keep Steatota baecoliana, but yes, I would absolutely love to keep Latrodectus, the black widow. But yeah, DWA, because my collection is also kept in this is basically part of my sitting room. It's highly unlikely that the council would come in and grant me a DWA because it would not meet the level of security that one would need to be able to keep them.
I say go for it, Adam. Apply for that license and get one. Get one of those spiders. Honestly, they really are lovely. Spider Couple have one, and they fascinated me. Obviously over here in the UK it's one of the most feared spiders, even with the false widow spiders that we have, everybody's frightened to death of them. Yeah, but they're amazing, so definitely go ahead and apply for that license and get one. I really think you should, it'd be so cool. So anyway, I just want to say a huge thank you to Adam for coming along and doing this video with me. It's been amazing. I will put a link to his channel in the description. Please go over it and have a look. You won't be disappointed, he's very entertaining. So until I see you next time, I'm gonna pop you back over to Adam for the most epic outro. So it's a bye from me, a bye from Tink. Take care of yourselves, bye!